What if you were? No, it would be terrible if you were making it loud. Your parents are even more crazy than the people who do it for sex. At least the people that just do it accidentally for sex, they did it accidentally, right? But your parents, they actually went to the whole bother of going through the lab and paying all that money and to end up with you. What a bloody disappointment. I'll tell you something. All that money for what? What did they do it for? Huh?
Pleasure.
Pleasure! Exactly. What, their pleasure? Yeah? How did it work out? I can assure you, the moment you came out, their pleasure went all the way down the hill, you screaming and crying and pooing and weeing and causing them trouble and breaking things and then screaming and then, you know, sucking your mum's tits dry.
Yeah, they should ban it. They should ban it.
Right?
Sex, they should ban
all that stuff, right? All for a bit of pleasure, but the pleasure only lasts a few seconds, which is why humans are so dumb that they should not be allowed to procreate. Because they're so stupid. But if you realise your father, most of your fathers, right, were prepared to sacrifice a whole lifetime of aggravation, staying with your mum or not, paying alimony, paying for you, go to your stupid shows at school and pretend they like them, right? Now all of that for 6 to 10 seconds of pleasure. I'm talking about the ejaculation, right? All that for an ejaculation. Look, all this guy here for an ejaculation. All his dad wanted to do is have a nice, what a nice feeling. And then after that he thought, shit, did I not wear a condom? What the fuck? Did it break? Oh no! And then your mum told him, and he had to probably hold back the tears and pretend he was really happy when he knew that he was going to end up with someone like you. The average guy that's not really doing anything in the world, are you? Why are you doing it?
You believe you should have been made?
Why are you doing it? I just pick on everybody. I only pick on people I think can take it. It applies to everybody, you see. I mean, can anybody tell me what the fuck are you doing here? What the fuck are you doing here? You're wasting time, you're breathing air, you're consuming all sorts of shit, right? Exactly. What, anybody else? Anybody else? Because you're all a result of a bloke that wanted to have his end away and he's an idiot. Because he gave up all that just to have a bit of nice little feeling. You could have put it, your dad could have ended up putting it anywhere else in the world. Anywhere else in the world. And it would have saved all the bother that you had, right? But I'll tell you something, I don't talk about this subject. I don't talk about this subject just to entertain you. And I don't want you to end up leaving resentful towards your parents, right? For having you. But you will feel a sense of resentment for a while. But once you get over the resentment, then you'll look forward to the rewards. If your parents have any money, it's yours. You are entitled to any excess money your parents have to compensate you for bringing you into existence, having you go to school. That's millions in and of itself.
Make babies!
What is eugenics? How would you describe what eugenics is? How would you define it? Define eugenics. You asked me the question. He asked me the question.
What is eugenics?
Go on. What is it?
You're a smart guy.
Yeah, I'm a smart guy because I'm asking him a question he can't answer, so he's reflecting it back to me. What is eugenics?
I don't know.
What do you mean? You asked the question. Please clarify. Yeah, what is it? I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that asked me, do I believe in eugenics? I don't know what you mean. Just right. What is it? What does it define it? It's a word that has a definition. What is the definition of eugenics?
I believe people should exist.
What's that?
I think disabled people should exist.
Do I think disabled people should exist?
Yeah, meaning like,
What do you mean?
them from birth.
Do I think they should exist?
Yes, because you can believe
I
no
don't
kids
think
should.
like that.
Well, that's what we believe. You believe no kids should.
No.
Ah, yeah, but
No, you have asked me what I think of eugenics, and I have responded to you, what do you mean by eugenics? And the point is you don't even know because you've not thought about it.
I'm not articulate, but I know what eugenics
Oh, I'm
is.
not articulate, which means I don't know, I've not really thought about it. But now that I'm asking you, you say you know what eugenics is. Can you imagine in this school? Right, who knows what eugenics is? I do. Well, what is it then? Oh, come on,
Changing the
teacher. You
subject.
tell me what it
Changing
is.
the subject.
Oh, I know what it is. Don't worry. I do know what it is. I'm not going to tell you because I know. You're trying to trick me, aren't you,
You
teacher?
think people are more superior than others? People are more superior than others. If you're superior, you shouldn't exist. If you're inferior, you should not exist.
That's what you think.
Is that what you think?
Is that what I think? No.
What's your angle?
Absolutely not.
What's your agenda?
No, absolutely. I believe in full equality. I don't believe anybody should exist. Nobody, and especially not you, mate.
Even yourself.
I mean, look at you.
Even yourself.
Yes, of course myself. But look at you.
Don't make it personal.
Why are
mate.
you
You're
here?
angry.
Yeah, I will make it personal.
I'm not.
Because you're here in front of me and I'm having to deal with it.
Right, but I'm not.
All because of a squirt.
What about your
My
three kids?
father indulged in what?
What if your three kids think about your philosophy? What do your kids think?
Why should I bother talking to you about that?
Okay, because I ask you,
It's none of your business.
You said you were kids.
It's none of your business. The only thing I'm worried about is you dragging some poor victim into existence. I hope you haven't done it already. I hope you haven't done it already. Have you done it? Have you done it?
I love him. So
You love him?
Do you love that person?
What
Do you love a
person?
disabled person?
What's that going to do with, do I love a disabled person? I'm asking you to forget disabled person,
You believe
forget
so much
disabled
exists.
people.
I'll read it out in a
I'm
sec.
saying to you, have you reproduced?
Local experimentalist.
You're against.
Do you have any
YouTube.
children?
Why should anyone listen?
I'm live right now.
How many people? High five! It's amazing. I don't care about anything else. You can have any opinions.
With this
You can have any opinions you want, however dark they are.
For every 1,000 people that watch a video, it's about... No. For a normal video.
I don't believe that human beings exist. They exist. I'd be mad to not believe that they exist. Yeah? I just don't think it's a good idea, especially not in your case, to start somebody else's existence.
So once you had
That's what I
kids,
think. Did you hear what I said?
I once got 500,000
Ladies and gentlemen, at this part of the discussion, yes, I'm going to do some conscious screaming because what's going on here is that this guy is not actually listening to a word that I'm saying. And I've been well trained in this because when I get home, nobody listens to a word I say. So what I do is, I'll just take a little break, yeah? And I'll breathe consciously. You can do it as well. It's a really good thing to do on a regular basis. And we'll see what happens with him.
Just make babies. You've got three babies. I know. Tell everyone else to have babies.
This is a religious
Have you got any?
conversation.
I haven't as well.
Yeah, in your own side.
Yeah.
He's got three kids and tell everyone else making it.
I was a mistake. Science cannot explain the merits of life. It's a big one. It's a big one. It's a grow-up, Danny. I agree. He's a presenter. I've seen him on TV.
His sign says religion is for people that can't. Religion is for people who can't cope with drugs.
All these people arguing about all their stupid ideologies. It's just another form of drug taking. It's just the process of arguing and fighting and being right and all that. That just releases endorphins into their body. I know because I'm doing the same thing, just in a more sophisticated way.
Your drugs are better?
My drugs are better. That's right.
Would you say you're
And I
addicted?
have to tell you, by the way, that I am. I'm a recovering drug addict. You're happy with
His
this?
sign now says recovering drug addict.
Can I ask you, like my show of hands, if you are not either a an active drug addict, you are not an active, and you never have been a drug addict of any sort. Please raise your hand. You've never done drugs, really? Wow, you must live a bloody dull existence. Jesus Christ. Never done drugs. Either you live a really dull existence, you're in denial and you don't know, but you actually do take drugs on a regular basis, right? Or you're just some kind of weird saintly chap.
Or perhaps your existence is not dull, and so you don't need drugs to make it better.
Perhaps, yeah. That's what all the people who can't cope with drugs say. Just as an excuse that they can't
That's
cope
what all
with
the
it.
people who can't
They're
cope with life say.
People are scared. They're scared of doing mushrooms. They're scared of realizing.
Scared of ruining
they
their
don't
brain.
exist.
Button mushrooms.
Scared they didn't realize.
Button mushrooms
Yes,
or
but
flat mushrooms.
no.
Scared of frying their synapses.
I like the chestnut.
Some things you should have fear of, such as frying your synapses.
What's that?
Some things you should have a fear of, such as
Frying your
your
synapses?
synapses.
Really?
Yes.
Have you fried your synapses?
No, because I haven't done drugs.
You've never done drugs?
No. But I
wonder
do
you're
debate
arguing
people
like
like you, so that's
Pussy.
a form of
You're
drugs.
absolute pussy.
Where's the logical
So what if
connection?
you fucking fire your synapses? The rest, if you don't at least have a go, you're going to end up living and dying like this with a stupid Bible in your hand. You nutcase. Because religion,
You turn to your own Bible, your
religion,
iPad.
as I said before, is just for people who can't cope with drugs. That's why this guy's into religion.
So those
Well,
are
maybe he just can't cope with life.
The two options are drugs or religion.
This drug, it makes him feel really good that he thinks he knows what he's talking about, which is total bollocks.
You're the one on the ladder.
If he went for analysis in front of a panel of top academics,
actually got magnetic
psychologists,
sunglasses.
psychiatrists,
Yes, sir.
there is absolutely
Now you
no
see me, now
way
you don't.
this guy
Or vice versa.
Jesus works in mysterious ways.
He has not thought this through. I'm not saying there aren't some Christians that are very, very intelligent and have thought very widely. Even they are talk bullshit, right? But anybody like this, right, completely deluded, and he can't, because he can't cope with the idea of letting go of his ego. And now he's justifying. Oh yeah, that's right, of course. I don't need drugs. I've got God. Exactly, that's the point. It's just a drug. God is just a drug. It's the illusion that there's this wonderful thing out there that gives a fuck about you.
Which is why a lot of drug addicts turn to
Nobody
God.
gives a fuck about you. Nobody. No God, I can assure you. Why would God give a fuck about this guy here?
That's a great question.
Why would God care about
And
you?
yet, he sent his son to die
Oh,
for
did
my
he?
sins
Oh, that's
and yours.
nice.
But why would he? And the
imagine?
reason
How does
is
that work?
because he's gracious
Oh, he's
and
gracious.
merciful,
Merciful.
unlike your drugs and your drug dealer, who actually don't give a fuck about you.
My drug dealer is one of the nicest guys I know. I don't want to say
Because
too much. I
you're
don't want to
a
say too much
customer.
about him because I'm being recorded.
You give him
He's
tips?
a very fine, she is a very fine young lady. And she grows all of her own stuff. Okay, it's all organic.
Are you gonna hand us a flyer for your drug dealer now? Are you advertising? What is this?
No, I'm not advertising.
Okay.
No, I don't want you to get hold of my drug dealer. I need her on call.
Oh, so you're still addicted. But it says
no,
recovering
I'm
addict.
recovering. I didn't say how long. I was 2 hours in. I haven't taken drugs
Tell
for 2
you what,
hours.
you go
but
get a
to be
hit.
honest with you, if
Talk
you
to me
spend
when you
more
come
time
back.
here, I am going to relapse. Why don't you go and just hang out with the religious
I don't want to be
people?
responsible for you jumping
hang
off a
out with the
bridge.
religious
I will exit.
Thank you. What's that? What has he recovered? When is a drug addict recovered? That's a very, very good question. I don't know. What do you think? No? Are you a drug addict yourself? No, you sure? You sure about that? And you've never been addicted to any drugs? I swear on the Bible, well, you're addicted to that one then. Religion, the opiate of the masses. He didn't say that for no reason, did he? What do you think, Charles? What did you think?
Boycott,
Mind your own business.
Procreation.
Things like that. But I can tell you that you're not even embarrassed that you're taking drugs right now. Oh yes you are on drugs. Oh yes you bloody well are. And they're nasty, yeah, that sugar's nasty. And it's not the only nasty drug in that thing. That's nasty drugs. Oh, you're a low-life drug addict. fish, sugar. Right, what poor quality you are.
Sweet enough already, yeah? Sweet enough already, you don't need it.
What's that?
Sweet enough already.
Oh yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of my campaigns is to encourage as many people to boycott procreation as possible, especially looking at you lot here. The sight of you, just the sight of you,
Babies, though.
makes me...
Is that you as a baby?
No, but it's just the average one that cries a lot. Yeah, which is what will happen when you have a child, especially when it wakes up every day having to look at your ugly face. Right? So don't do it. We say sex should be for pleasure only, and not what your parents did. Your parents, they transgressed. They transgressed the sin. The one sin that we promote at the Church of Nothing, the sin of procreation. That's what you must avoid at all costs. Because procreation is the greatest sin of mankind. And your parents, especially you, owe you a lot of compensation. Where are they now? Look at the state of you. Yeah, they had a good time 9 months before you were born. Oh yeah, let's have a nice little time, a little bit of horizontal shuffle. Let's do the devil's tango, shall we? And then they pumped out that guy. God knows what he's been through. And now look at the state of it. It's got to stop. You've got to get back to basics. Sex should be for absolute pleasure only. It's the homosexuals that have got it right. Oh yes, they do. Oh yes, they do. They're smarter. They've outsmarted their own DNA. That's fucked all you heterosexuals up. It cost you a fortune. Think about your dad, for example. Why did your dad have you? Why did your dad have you? Why did your parents have you? What do you mean he wanted a son? Firstly, he didn't know it was going to be a son. It was going to be a daughter. But why did he do it? Why did he do it? For what reason? Passing bloodline on? Why? What's so good about his bloodline? I never said there is anything good about me, which is why I'm advocating that nobody should be passing on any of their bloodline. But why? Why did your dad want to pass on his bloodline? I don't know. Neither do I. Neither do I. Did you do the same thing to other people? Did you commit the same crime yourself? Created more people? Yeah. And had created more poor little people? How many people did you screw into existence? You don't know you've lost out. Oh, no, that's funny. Hey.
How about eating babies?
Did you eat babies? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, personally, I would stick to eating meat eaters. I think we should eat meat eaters. Because they eat animals, so why shouldn't we just eat them? They deserve it. You think? Yeah. You're meat eaters? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Right, yeah. What's that? You can't. No, I'm not vegetarian. No. I would never have
something down and you do it yourself.
No.
You do. You just
No, I'm not vegetarian. Vegetarians eat cheese. They eat cheese and dairy. I don't eat that stuff. It's disgusting. If you eat cheese and dairy, you are a molester. You molest animals. Or worse than that, you pay someone else to do your dirty work for you. You are a child molester because you molest baby calves.
Be careful.
I'm talking about child calves. Yes. Cows get molested by people that you pay. You pay farms to molest cows. Yes, you do. When you go and buy some milk in Tesco, you are paying farm to rape a cow. Why not, eh? Yeah, why not rape a cow if you can? I mean, to be honest with you, the rape is the nicest part for the cow. Right? The rest of its life and then being slaughtered, having its poor child taken away so that you can have your goddamn burger, right? That's not great, is it? And so we get to the beginning of it. Why did his parents want him? What on earth were they thinking? Number one, I highly doubt that on the night of your conception, your dad had any thoughts about you at all. He was just thinking about getting his end away.
And are your parents glad you're standing there, are they?
Are they? No, they're not.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but they're to blame for me being here, so they've got nothing they can say, can they?
You make a point, but you're doing it
So why
yourself.
did your parents have you?
I don't know, ask them.
Yeah, because they wanted to have a shag.
Why
And
not?
it's got to, but why not? Why not?
He says come
Because
forward,
look, why yes?
so he's doing it.
Yes, look at you. Why
Look at
yes?
you.
What are you doing here?
Good done.
What are you doing here?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. You're doing nothing. What are you doing in the world?
What a twat you
What are
are.
you
You're a
doing
twat.
in the
You're standing
world?
like an idiot.
What are you doing in the world? Your dad brought you into existence so you can continue your bloodline. We haven't worked out what that is and what's good about it. Does anybody here value this guy's bloodline so much that they think it should continue ad infinitum? Anybody want to hear? Oh yes, yeah, you see they only say yes because they know if they don't, then we might start on them as if your bloodline should be carried on. Are you joking? I wouldn't vote for anybody's bloodline to be carried on, including my own. Unfortunately, it's too late. My bloodline has carried on. And I'm sure you'd agree that my bloodline should carry on. So, but why do you think yours should? Because you are suffering from cognitive bias. Anybody with a modicum of sense would never suggest that your bloodline should be continued. Look at you. Listen to you. You're not doing anything in the world. Why should your bloodline... What am I doing? Nothing either.
Standing there saying,
Exactly. You're right.
what's good about
I'm
that?
doing nothing at all useful, but you're watching me do that.
I'm laughing
Which
at
makes you the absolute moron of all. I'm just doing my
I
thing.
can walk off, you're standing on that, you've got to take
You
that
can
out.
walk off. I don't think you can walk off. I don't think so. No, you'll come back in the end. You'll come back. I'm telling you. Wish I could try that with my wife. You're not going to leave, darling, are you? You'd never leave, would you? Oh, right. Oh yeah, what's this?
We don't do sex for pleasure, but sometimes we do sex for treatment. You do treatment.
Oh, here we go.
Not for pleasure.
Here we go.
Not always for pleasure, no.
I'll tell you what. No, let's talk about this one, because this is all about you. Ejaculation is for retards. Here we have a great example of a retard. I'm sorry, Gav, to tell you. I'm talking about the scientific way. I'm not going to give an insight. It's not your fault that you're a retard. It's just you are, right? You're retarded. You don't have the power to really think properly, right? Which is why you ejaculated so many times and created people. How many did you create? 4 people he created. For no good reason at all. Look, why did you do it? Why did you do it? They're faithful. Faithful to who?
I've been told by God.
You've been told by God. Tell me something, seriously. Imagine if this guy was to knock on a psychotherapist or any psychotherapist.
Another 10 minutes, guys, and I'm going to leave it there.
Someone suggested that I might be a bit deluded, right? But I thought it was normal. Obviously, deluded people don't know they're deluded most of the time, right? And I told him that God had told me that I should create another human being, right? Yeah? If you went to a therapist and asked them their honest opinion, they'd say that you really are struggling with some serious delusions of grandeur and that you should consider medication for a start. Because if you carry on like this, I mean you've already done all this damage. Look all this damage he's done in the world. He's had these 4 flipping kids who've got to go through their whole stupid life with having him as a dad because God told him to do so. Why? Why? Give me a reason. God's got some standards, surely. Surely God's got some standards. So why the fuck would God tell you to do so?
Why are you giving... No, Danny.
Yeah, but I didn't do it because God told me to do so.
Danny, why are you...
Told you?
I'm son of God, you're not.
Yes, you're son of God? Yes. Are you? Oh my God, what, you and Jesus are in now?
Yes.
Oh, I was wondering when you'd come back. Thank God I've been searching for you all my life.
Danny, why are you giving your ejaculation to retards? It doesn't make sense. That's not right.
Upside down.
Actually, it's funny you should say that because this also then could mean that that the woman is a retard for receiving the ejaculation. Which she is. Which she is. That's right. A woman who receives an ejaculation is a retard. Why? Because there's nothing in it for her at all except for mess. That's it. There's no option. It's mess either way. Either a little bit of a mess or a human mess. Look at the mess these ejaculations have created. Look at this mess. Look, it's not here. All that mess. Not only that, think about his father's ejaculations. His father's ejaculation has now created at least, I don't know.
My dad is proud of me.
No, I'm proud of you, my God. Yeah, I'm sure he's got a vested interest in being proud of you, but he's got a very low standard. But he's created the amount of mess he's created. Him, his 4 children, then all their children. Imagine all the poo in the world, all the wee and all the rubbish, and all the energy wasted, all the CO2. All from that ejaculation.
To keep your woman, you have to have children from her.
To keep your woman. Oh, that's right. He did it to keep his woman, but I think after 2 that she left you, didn't she? She stayed till 4. Oh, you really tracked her good and proper, right?
Until 2, I was afraid, but after 2, I get more confidence. I know that.
You get more confidence. Ah, right. All right.
That's how it's big family.
Yeah, big family. You would like big family, more confidence. You have big family. This is why we are the first organisation. We are the first UK and global organisation to offer licenses for people if they want to engage in unprotected sex. People are going around engaging in unprotected sex without licenses, causing much more damage than